And welcome back to ABC 7 Extra Sunday. I'm Mark Ross with our guests from the El Paso Independent School District. Maribel Macias, the Chief of Organizational Transformation and Equity, Martha Aguirre, the Chief Financial Officer, and SB Pearson, Chief Operations Officer. Ms. Macias, one of your initiatives is focusing on destination district redesign. Now, how much of that has to do with the declining enrollment in the district?
We know that there are less children being born. We actually hired a demographer, and we know that birth rates within city of El Paso, the nation, are declining. So that is one factor. For destination district redesign, we're looking at multiple factors in possibly bringing schools to our board in November for consideration for consolidation. But know that destination district redesign is not only about closures and consolidation. It's about increasing our programming and, more important, increasing the high quality seats within each one of our campuses.
So how much of the plan do you want to try and get going as quickly as possible?
What we're doing is, in this phase, we're looking at our elementary campuses. So we're looking at 49 campuses, which are pre-K and K-8. And we're looking at all aspects of the campuses, like I said, enrollment, transfer out rate. We're looking at the facilities condition. We're looking at high quality seats. And not just that, we have to ensure that there's a sister school that is able to consolidate, and we're able to bring both communities together to do great things. Because remember, a campus is not just about the building, it's about the students within the building. So we want to make sure those students have the greatest opportunities, and it's not just for now, it's for the future.
Now, you're introducing this plan to the public at a series of meetings. What's the feedback you've received so far?
What we did is we did DDR phase 1. We started in April and May. We did 10 community meetings. We had over 1,300 community members come and give us feedback on their dream school. And from that feedback in phase 2, which we're doing now, which is August and September, we're sharing with them the feedback that they gave us on their dream school, and we're gathering more feedback, which is what programming do you have or that would you like to see in your community for our elementary students. With that feedback, we're going to come back in October and November and actually give them our proposal for what programming are we going to lift, what facilities upgrades are we going to recommend, and what closures will we have, and what sister school are we recommending to bring our communities together.
Now, Mr. Pearson, if campuses are closed and those buildings are sitting vacant, would the district consider selling off those properties to help with the budget deficit?
Thank you so much for that question, Mark. I mean, we want to be transparent about our entire approach. Since under this administration, since 2022, the district has in fact sold 14 properties. We've made a very robust effort to offload or liquidate our surplus property. To answer your question more specifically, yes, we're actively introducing ideas of partnerships with our community. The goal for us is not just to offload the property, but it's to figure out ways to give these properties back to our communities. And so we've considered all sorts of plans as far as creating green spaces for our communities, creating continuing education, learning environments for our communities, or even partner with our local agencies to help find other ways to make productive use of these facilities. So yes, that is a part of our plan. We do understand that any kind of bond consideration or anything that's related to that, we have to consider demolition of surplus properties as well, and that will allow us more flexibility to be able to make more conservative or constructive efforts to do other things with the property, not just offload it to private entities and things like that.
Now, Ms. Macias, I know the primary focus of this plan is for pre-K and K through 8th schools, elementary schools. What about middle schools and high schools? I want to show a graphic here that talks about what is going on with the enrollment in the high schools. And the biggest enrollment declines, you've got 3 schools: Irvin at 43%, Austin at 27%, Andress at 21%. Would those schools be considered as part of a sunsetting plan?
No, not at this time. What we're doing is, it's important that we do things systemically. So what we're doing is we're looking at our elementary campuses. What we found is that at our high schools, we have amazing programming, robust systems for our students to continue to improve. If you look at our IBC and CCMR ratings that we received, they all increased 12%, 23%. So we want to make sure that our high schools, they're doing great things. Elementaries is where we have our average age of our elementary buildings, I don't know if you knew this, is 65 years old. And we have 49 elementary and K-8 campuses. So therefore, and right now we're looking at 50 plus as far as the utilization of those campuses. So we know that the magic number is we want to maximize the use of all of our facilities at about 80%. So that's why we're looking at our elementaries. We're doing that very strategically. And possibly at a later time, we're going to look at middle schools and high schools. But again, DDR is not just about closures. It's what high quality seats. We want that destination campus, that destination district.
All right.
And if I may add, I think it's also important to consider that maximizing our limited resources is key to having successful educational environments for our students. And so DDR will support that initiative by really focusing our funds into programming that's going to be of best choice for our parents when considering where to send their children to schools.
Is it frustrating as leaders of a school district to have to deal with declining enrollment because of lower birth rates and students moving to other districts or out of the city? That has to weigh on you somewhat.
It's never frustrating. It's part of what we do. We know that, like you said, we started off with 65,000 students. Right now we're about 48,000 plus. It's something that we know we have to plan for. At some point, we right size our house. We know that our little ones, empty nesters, I'm an empty nester, and I have too many rooms for me and my husband. So therefore, we're just looking at how to make things work. And in education, what's important is that we do that collectively as a community. So when we're going out, again, we did 10 community meetings back in April, May. We're going to do another 10, and we'll be back. It's important that we educate each other to see what is best for our community as we move forward, and we continue to listen to each other.
All right. Still to come, we'll take a look at some of the new programs and initiatives in the El Paso Independent School District. Stay with us. You're watching ABC 7 Extra Sunday.